Welcome to the SEO.co Search Engine Optimization Podcast. Digital marketing essentials and next-level tactics. From off-site and on-site optimization to persuasive selling and everything in between. You'll learn actionable tips on what it takes to outright and outrank your competition.
The CTA isn't obvious. Your call to action, the main button or final step of the conversion process, should be blatantly obvious to anyone on your landing page. If it isn't, it could seriously detract from your ability to achieve conversions. You can make your CTA more obvious by making it a button, giving it a color that significantly stands out from the rest of your page, making it larger, or even placing it above the fold. You can even use subtler tactics, like arrows or other directional cues to guide your users' focus to this area. 21. There are too many distractions. Enough distractions can ruin even the best landing page. When designing your page, it's tempting to include as much as possible, such as more information about your brand, other options, or even links to your blog posts and other materials. However, you need to remember that there's one goal to your landing page: get people to convert. Anything other than that conversion opportunity qualifies as a distraction and may distract your visitors from ever completing the process. You'll need to eliminate these distractions if you want to see your conversion rates improve. 22. You have too many options. Common sense would tell you that more options are a good thing, but that isn't the case for landing pages. In fact, sometimes, fewer options can help you achieve more conversions. When you have too many variants on the same offer, people can get confused and intimidated, but in a selection between 2 or 3 choices, there's usually one standout pick. 23. It's too similar to other landing pages. Take a look at your landing page and compare it to some of the other landing pages you see from your competitors. How similar do they look? Do they stand out in any unique way? It's a good idea to look to other landing pages as sources of inspiration and to see best practices at work, but if you don't have any unique qualities to make you stand out, you could end up alienating a major portion of your audience. And you may run into this issue on your own site if you've spent time building location-specific landing pages for local SEO. If the pages are too similar, they may hurt more than help. As a side note, you can check such locations, including international search results, using a VPN tool. Be sure to show off what makes your brand, and your offer, unique. 24. Your page seems spammy or untrustworthy. If you try too hard to sell to your visitors, your site could come across as spammy, unprofessional, or untrustworthy. Gimmicky companies have used spammy, deceptive landing pages to trick people into buying products for years, so consumers have become hypersensitive to tactics like flashing lights, big promises, and excessive use of exclamation points. Make sure your landing page looks professional and approachable. 25. Your customers simply aren't ready to buy. Almost every buying decision occurs in several stages. Customers learn about a problem they're facing, then learn about potential solutions, then learn about the companies offering solutions. If you offer a solution to a problem your audience doesn't know they have, they aren't going to convert. That means you need to make one of 2 changes. Either refocus your target audience to get people in the right stage of the buying cycle, or change your offer to target the types of users you're getting. 26. You don't have a clear UVP. Your unique value proposition is a single, concise statement that explains why your offer is important and how it's differentiated from the competition in a single go. It can be hard to come up with, and even harder to present to your audience in a clear, effective way, but it's something you need if you want your landing page to become effective. You can use this statement as a headline, or the main focus somewhere else in your copy, but it should stand out to your incoming visitors. 27. You haven't listed the advantages of your product or offer. It's not enough to describe what you're offering. You need to describe the effects of what you're offering. Essentially, you need to explain why your customers would benefit from purchasing this product or taking you up on this offer. The desk does an awesome job with this in the example below. It reduces its complex and multifaceted software to a series of 4 main improvements. Keep this list accurate, concise, and simple. the flashier you are, the less convincing you're going to be. 28. Your copy is unprofessionally written. This may be a hard one for you to judge, especially if you're the one who wrote it, but if your landing page isn't performing, it could be due to an issue with the professionalism of your content writing. Any single typo, like a spelling or grammatical error, could cause some users to stop trusting you. After all, if you can't proofread your own landing page, you probably aren't quality checking your products or services. Any clunky, awkward, or poorly written sentences could also contribute to this image, so keep your copy as tight as possible to maximize your potential for success. 29. Your copy is too sales-y or pushy. It's unfortunate that many marketers resort to hard-selling tactics and sales gimmicks to try and earn more conversions. Today's audience is sick of hearing sales speak, and they're tired of seeing advertisements. If you try to bully your visitors into converting, they're not going to comply, they're just going to leave. Instead, it's better to be as direct and honest as possible. 30. You use too many big words or buzzwords. In that same vein, your visitors may be distrusting you if you use too many big words or buzzwords. Even if your vocabulary matches your target audience's, excessive use of big words may make it seem like you're overcompensating for something, and using too many buzzwords makes you sound lazy and unoriginal. Instead, try not to overthink your writing too much. Explain yourself in brief, simple sentences, again being as direct as possible. 31. You don't have any visuals of your offer. I already mentioned the importance of having strong visuals earlier in this guide, but here this tip extends specifically to your product or service. People want to see what they're getting, even if it's just a hint of it. Establish your visitors' expectations by showing them a product demo video, or a slideshow of images from different angles, or if you're offering something digital like an ebook, show them some screenshots or a previous example of your work. 32. There's no guarantee. People need a sense of security before they buy from you, or even sign up for a free trial. Explain any guarantees you might have, including money-back guarantees, return policies, or how your free trial works once it expires. If you don't offer this information to your visitors, any hint of a doubt could be enough to dissuade them from actually following through with the conversion. 33. There's a human element missing. People want to buy from other people, not from faceless corporations. That's why you need to have more of a human element present on your landing page. You can do this in a number of ways, but one of the most effective is also the simplest. Just include more images of people, the way Uber does in the example below. You could also combine this with social proof by offering pictures of the people who have given you reviews and testimonials. 34. Your landing page has too much content. Content is king, but that doesn't mean you should overwhelm your users with it. If your landing page content is too long, there's no way your visitors will read it all, and even if they do, they'll likely be too overwhelmed or distracted to take any further action. Keep things concise. 35. Your landing page has too little content. However, concise doesn't mean light. Your landing page or blog post needs to be focused and brief, but shouldn't be scarce. People need the information to be able to make a decision, so make sure you include enough details to reassure your visitors they're making the right one. Remember, you can always elaborate by building a backlink out to a separate page. 36. There's no action-based language to direct user intent. Your landing page should also feature strong, action-based language, with verbs that encourage visitor behaviors. For example, callouts like, try it now, or, stop worrying about ______, are more effective than available for purchase, or, the perfect solution. 37. There's no sense of urgency. People make flash decisions on landing pages. If they don't make a decision within the first 10 seconds or so of visiting, they're going to leave, and if they leave, they probably aren't coming back. Reverse your lacking performance by inducing a greater sense of urgency, which will reduce visitor hesitation and earn you more conversions overall. You can do this by including more time-based language, showcasing limited-time offers, or displaying the limited quantity still available. Expedia is a master of this tactic, displaying small slide-ins that show users browsing hotels and airfare things like how popular this destination is, how full the hotel is, and how many more flight tickets are available for a given flight. 38. The price doesn't seem good enough. Note that this is a different dilemma than having an offer that's not valuable enough. Here, your offer may be plenty valuable, but the price point doesn't have as much initial appeal. The best way to beat this is to change how you present your pricing. For example, you could take advantage of the psychological effect of discounts by showing your price as marked down from a previous high point. 39. You aren't using buttons. Everything outside your form should be reduced to button format. Backlinks aren't only ugly, they're hard to click on mobile devices, so the more easily clickable buttons you can include in your design, the better, especially when you're tapping your finger on a mobile device. 40. It's clear your work came from a template. Take a close look at your site as it compares to others. If it looks like it came from a template, it may look unprofessional. That doesn't mean you can't use a template. It just means you have to be judicious when choosing one, opting for a platform that looks original, or at least stands apart from the usual options. Similarly, try to avoid using stock photography when you can. It often comes off as cheap and impersonal. Invest in original images that have never been used before. 41. You haven't called upon personal brands. Personal brands are extremely powerful in the marketing world. They're personal, which makes them more relatable, and it's possible to use them as a reinforcement of your brand's reputation. For example, you could use your CEO's image and a quote from him, her to describe her vision for the company. Something along the lines of, "I built this company from the ground up so we could," instantly adds some depth to your company's history and may boost your visibility as well. If implemented correctly, people will feel like they're reaching out to a person, rather than some faceless corporation.
Thank you for joining us on the SEO.co podcast. We appreciate your time. Be sure to rate, review, and subscribe to the show, and visit SEO.co for more resources based on today's topic, as well as access to more podcast episodes to help you improve your site's long-term SEO success.